Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. Today let us discuss on opium from the book A Physician's Posse written by Dr. Dorothy Sheffer. So as you can see, this is the opium plant. It is like a capsule wherein there are a lot of seeds inside, and from the capsule it secretes a sap like secretion which is used for many purpose. We'll see. And what happens is they just scar these capsules from which the juice is derived, and from this juice, which is further hardened, dried, and it is processed. And depending on the way it is processed, different types of products are formed. Especially the important one is the morphine. Opium derives its name from a Greek word opus, which means juice. So that's how the name opium has come. So the uses, as you can see, there are a lot of seeds inside the capsule, and these seeds are very nourishing and wholesome, and they are used in our food. They are nutritious. They are also used in some flavoring agents as well. But the main evil part of the opium is the capsule and the sap, which produces these juice from which narcotics is made. So we know narcotics are very addictive, and there are a lot of countries which are flooding opium to each other, to one another country, because it is a lot of it's in a lot of demand. That's why. So what happens when you take such kind of narcotics? Initially there is a feeling of relaxation from all the life's burdens and troubles. Gradually you see there is general lowering of the intellect and morality. Also, there is deterioration of the physical strength as well. So, these are very bad. And in people with opium overdose, the following symptoms were seen, like complete insensibility, relaxation of muscles, pinpoint pupils, jaws hang down, mottled, bloated, purplish, red face, hot face, stertorous breathing, pulse full and slow. Okay, so this resembles a cerebral apoplexy. So before stroke, the picture resembles this. Okay, opium overdose. And also this kind of picture is also seen in severe case of intestinal obstruction, very severe bronchitis case, and also in convulsions, especially in the children, that is teething convulsion. So the author says before the stroke symptoms actually develop, if you find these symptoms in a patient, you can prescribe opium 1 m and you can actually arrest the future stroke. Coming to another important symptom of opium, that is the action on the intestine. What it does, there is total obstruction. There is intestinal obstruction with bloated abdomen, fecal vomiting, acute pain abdomen. And the concomitants are the same concomitants which is seen in the opium overdose. That is like complete insensibility, and the muscles are very relaxed. And if you examine them, they can be pinpoint pupils, and they can look very tired. The jaws just hang down, the face look purple and bloated, and there can be stertorous breathing, and pulse can be full and slow. And main important, mentally how the patient looks, because they don't have any sensation of pain, they just consider themselves well, and they will not be wanting to treat themselves. Okay, so in these conditions where there is intestinal obstruction present, you can think of opium 30 in repeated doses. Now coming to whom you can prescribe opium. So opium can prescribe to anybody with following cases. Okay, so in children, you see if there is a if bad effects of shock. Okay, so at that time, they can come up with some symptoms. Okay, so there are a lot of cases which is given in this book, because when this book was written, or probably when the opium was brewed homeopathically, that was Second World War time. And in those scenarios, the death was almost like everyday experience, and the shock and the fear what is experienced by the people that time have expressed in different forms. Okay, so in children, with bad effects of shock, which is aggravated daytime. They're very well in the night. They don't have problem. They sleep well. There's no complaints. Only in the daytimes they go for, fear, terrors. They go for breathlessness, chorea, convulsions. So all kinds of symptoms they come up. And if you go back with the history, they can have a history of fear or a shock. This you have to differentiate with arnica. If you check my video on arnica, I also have told that arnica has a mental shock. Along with the physical trauma, they have the mental shock. But this mental shock is aggravated in the night time. Okay, in the day they are fine, but night they cannot sleep because of this shock. But opium has this kind of symptoms seen in the daytime. And the author has expressed like many cases regarding children. So one case he explains where child had crushed its fingers against a car door, and after that the child had fear sitting in a car. And one more case of a child where the child saw a stranger run over by the car, and afterwards it developed breathlessness. And one more case where the child saw the grandfather's death, and finally because of the fear it uh, it suffered from chorea or choreiform movements. So when all these symptoms are present and you go back and there's history of shock or any kind of incident where the person has gone for a shock or a fear because of a shock, you can think of opium. Coming to the adults, especially in females, okay, young females, and because of some fear or some kind of shock, they have suppressed menses. Very important symptom. Also in pregnant females, whenever there is shock or any kind of fear which is stuck in their head, they can have uh, they can have one, what do you say, a fear, and this can lead to threatened abortion. And there's a case mentioned in the book of a lady who was a survivor of a bomb blast. So these shocks are not, very small things. They are very big shock which is taken by the people, and thereby, you develop some symptoms. It should be a massive impact. So as I told, the case of a woman who survived a bomb blast and later she had no menses. There was suppression of menses, and then opium was given. Coming to the old age, as we already know, the main important symptom is intestinal obstruction, mainly seen in old people, maybe about 80, where they have all those uh, symptoms along with intestinal obstruction like bloated abdomen, fecal vomiting, pain in the abdomen. Also, a very good remedy for circulatory troubles where they have hypertension. There is some problem with the blood pressure, and also stroke like case, as we already mentioned. This leads to coma and insensibility. Okay. Finally, we'll talk about the potency. And whenever there is obvious pathology like intestinal obstruction, and especially in children, the author says 30 potency is good. And if there is some fear, the very characteristic fear is there along with the physical symptoms, you can think of 200. And apoplexy like symptoms before actual stroke begins, you have the symptoms. If you actually catch those symptoms, you can think of giving opium in 1 m. So this was about opium. It's a very nice big drug. I tried to just make it short. I hope you liked it. Thank you.